Hi there, it's Zach with Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and Packed Podcasting channels. This section of our um, podcasts of the Mission for Healthy Heroes is very, very simple. We are going to explain to you what is the Come Together Compass. We're going to do this because this is what we're trying to raise money for here today. We're going to do this in a few different small sections of podcasts. And then later on in this segment, we're going to show you a couple recordings from the students at the great Arizona State University who are working on the program. They're going to show you where they're at, and they're going to show you what's going on and the hard work that they've done. So I'm getting very excited because a lot of this stuff I'm seeing the first time with you. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to talk step by step on what is the Come Together Compass. And the first step, very simply, is physical needs. The physical needs are your first step out of crisis. The purpose of the compass is simple: to guide people from crisis to stability by uniting the community around them. This episode, we're going to introduce the first pillar of the compass, meeting meeting physical needs quickly, clearly, and most importantly, with dignity. When a family is in crisis, they don't need a maze. They need a map. And this is where the compass begins. Look, when someone is in need of help, a lot of times the way that and I love not other nonprofits, okay? I Community Pay It Forward supports these nonprofits. But there are so many times that there are so many hoops that you have to jump through in order to utilize their services. There's a lot of times that circumstances may have taken something from you that you no longer have what these nonprofits need. A real quick example of this might be if somebody has been in a long-term domestic issue relationship. And this is someone who financially has been dominating another in this relationship. This person may not have access to financial records. This person may no longer even have a social security number. Look, a lot of times in relationships like that, the abuser wants the abused to basically be wiped away. They don't want them to have an identity anymore. This is the reason why we are working to make it easy for people, no matter your situation, to obtain some of these things while we're working with the community. What this pillar does, The physical needs pillar provides real, immediate help, including food, clothing, household essentials, transportation, emergency resource. This is the stop the bleeding stage, if you will, of crisis support. It answers the question, what do you need right now so you can breathe again? What do we need to do right now for you to start living again? What is the first hurdle for you and potentially your family to come together and start taking stock of what you need? Start taking stock of where you're at. People are falling through the cracks. Resources again exist, but they're scattered, confusing, and hard to access. Families often do not know where to go, don't qualify for certain programs, feel ashamed to ask for help, are overwhelmed by paperwork, are afraid of being judged. The physical needs pillar of the Come Together Compass removes all those barriers. So, how does it work? How does the physical aspect of the physical pillar work? First, it's a clear, compassionate entry point. Families land on the resource page and see, I need help with essentials. One click, no shame, no interrogation, with rapid connection to real resources. The Compass links families to local nonprofits, business partners, volunteers, emergency support networks, and more. These are individuals that have signed up with us on that page that say, hey, we're in the community, and maybe not everybody knows that we're here. Maybe not everybody knows that this is what we do, this is what we offer. In every community in the world, there are so many nonprofits that are there doing jobs that no one understands what they're there for. The Come Together Compass is here to tie all that together, to introduce those individuals, to show people what they're here for, to talk to them, to explain what they do. The Compass, the Compass lives on a dignity first support basis. Every person deserves respect, no matter what their situation is. That means you don't have to prove your poverty paperwork. We will not ask you any judgmental questions. We're going to ask you, how can we best help you? There's no hoops to jump through. There will not be any shaming language. And All of our business partners out there, this is where you can become lifelines. Local companies can donate goods, offer discounted services. They can help us provide transportation. And what I mean by that is bus passes, maybe Uber credits, or something to that effect. Companies, you can sponsor emergency kits or support families directly. This will allow businesses to and give them a meaningful way to give back. We're able to help families that face real problems. And this is how we can solve them together. People will ask, I don't know where to start. A single mom loses her job, rent is due, and the fridge is empty. She's overwhelmed and embarrassed. With the compass, there will be a single entry point, a simple checklist, a volunteer guide, immediate access to food and clothing and essentials in your community, access for you to be able to obtain. This transforms confusion into direction. I can't get to the help. Well, maybe we can help a family that has access to resources but no transportation. Partner businesses can provide the bus passes. Volunteers deliver essentials, and they can meet in somewhere safe. That is very, very important. We are telling people you only meet in a safe environment. That is better for the donor, that is better for the recipient. If everyone is safe, that's the only way for this program to work. So maybe the volunteer and the recipient can meet in a certain safe location to swap the essentials. Maybe this is a perfect place for you, local mechanics, to offer discounted repairs to people utilizing the Come Together Compass. Once again, we're looking for emergency transportation vouchers. This will help turn hardship into hope. I'm ashamed to ask. A father working two jobs still can't afford school supplies. He feels like a failure. Compass solution with dignity first language, anonymous request options, peer led support. We can solve this. No shame, no judgment culture. This turns isolation into connection. We can start a, a community effort. This one individual brings up the point that they are having a hard time getting school supplies. You know, they're not the only ones. So maybe we can get together in every community at the beginning and the middle of school years to where we put together school drives. Someone in the community is the point person for these school drives. They can take them somewhere. They can hold them and allow dad to say, this is what we need help with. And with the community, that help can be obtained. Very simply. No shame, no judgment. Look, this is just the first part of what the compass is. It would be easy to stop here and say, this is what we're going to focus on. This is the step that we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on the physical needs. We're going to focus on the physical body. We're going to focus on the physical person. But the physical needs are only half the story. What about the weight that people feel inside? The fear, the loneliness, the exhaustion. Well, that's where the second pillar of the compass comes in. And we will talk more about the second pillar of the compass tomorrow, right here on these channels. Please be looking forward to the videos. If you like, share, and subscribe to our channels, whatever social media you're seeing this on right now, if you like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and then you comment something like done or maybe a suggestion, you will be entered in for prizes. One of our grand prizes this year is a 1 hour tarot reading session with our dear friend Lynn Sobolski. By the way, join us on Wednesday night as Lynn Sobolski gives free readings. 8 p.m. East, which is 6 p.m. here in the mountains, as Lynn Sobolski gives free tarot readings on Wednesday, right here on this channel. Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. You are wonderful people. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I want to thank you to all of our sponsors: O'Sullivan Law Firm, Ryder Justice, Les Simpson, Santa Papa John, Alan Holmes. Thank you. And a huge thank you and a huge kudos to our financial sponsors, Rewired for Men, Lynn Sobolski, Z-World Webs, and Z-World Cares. Thank you all very much for your support of this mission, the mission for Healthy Heroes, and what we do. Because of you, we're here right now. We will be back in our next video talking about the mental aspect that can help us make things better with the Come Together Compass. Thank you so very much. If you have any questions or you want to get involved, right here is the best way to do it. Sign up, be heard. Sunday the 22nd is only days away. Make sure you scan the code and get involved. Have a wonderful day. And remember, the compass is coming. Where do you fit? And what are some of the things you're excited about? Tell us in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you tell everyone about the compass, because the compass is here to make life better for all of us, no matter